When your business is going down, when things are not working the way you want them to work, the last thing you want to do is to hide. That's the time you should post more. That's the time you should put out more content. That's the time you should put yourself out there more, because people pay with attention first before they pay with money. If they are not paying attention to you, they're not going to pay money. Because even in the marketing journey, the first step is attention. Next step is conversation. Next step is purchase. Next step is retention. And next step is advocacy. Most people wait for the perfect condition before they make a move. But Yomi Jemibewon did not wait for the perfect condition before he made a move from America to Nigeria. He and his co-founders, four of his partners, to start one of the largest private equity firms and investment firms in Africa called Cardinal Stone, with over $300 million assets under management. The book I'll be talking to you about today is Risk and Return. In this episode, you will understand the power of negotiation. In this episode, you will understand why it is important to write down your goals, because it tends to attract the opportunities and the people that can make it happen for you. In this episode as well, you will understand the power of negotiation and moving from where you are to exactly where you want to be. Let's start with the book. Now, I bought this book a couple of years ago, the physical copy of the book. I read it, I left it in Nigeria, but when I moved to England, I didn't come with the physical copy. So now I want to review the book. I had to buy it on Amazon Kindle. It's a great book, and let's get into it. The first part of it is that Yomi used to work in Bain. Bain is a big consulting company in the United States of America. Top, like McKinsey, top. He was living in New York. He had his girlfriend was also living with him there in New York. I think it's the lady that he married, and her name is Trisha. And life was good. But he said at some point, he had a restlessness in his spirit. He said to himself that, look, there's more to me. There's more to life than this. I want to go back home. It's crazy. You have a big salary, a nice apartment in New York, a great company. And the guy says he's restless. In fact, one of the part that really triggered me was, he said one day he was coming back from work around 2 a.m. in the morning. 2 a.m. He saw a guy setting up his kiosks in New York. The guy was whistling and he was so happy. And here he is with all the wealth and money, but he was not happy. So what happened? He called his father and said, Dad, I'm going to come back to Nigeria. Here's what his father said to him. His father said to him that, look, Yomi, if you are going to come back, I will support you in any way that I can. But I have no businesses here for you to come and run. I don't have anything for you to come and take over. Wow. That was what his father told. I like the honesty of his father. But he said that did not deter him. He still came to Nigeria to pursue his entrepreneurial dream. You know, I tell people all the time that follow your bliss. Follow the cravings of your soul. Because that's your soul. He knows something that you do not know. So when he came to Nigeria, he started working for a company called Avante. Avante is also an investment company in Lagos. But I love something about when he was being interviewed for the job. It's the power of negotiation here. He said that when at the negotiation, he told them that, look, if I'm going to take this job, all right, for 2 weeks in every 8 weeks, right, I will go to America to visit with my family. Then his wife was still in America. Her name is Trisha. They agreed. There's something he said in the book. He said, be clear what factors are most important to you, and don't be shy to put them on the table when you are negotiating or making decisions. This is very, very important. I've made those mistakes before. You don't want to put the desire that you have on the table because you think you will lose the job. He put that down and they agreed. You will see it now when he got his partners to start this bank. It's very, very important. All right. Next, I think in 2007, he went back to New York. They did their wedding ceremony of a thing in New York with his wife, Trisha. He invited some friends over. Some of his friends flew in from different parts of America. I think 1 or 2 flew in from the UK to America to celebrate with this new family. And one of the people that came for that celebration was a guy called Femi. What's his full name? I'll get his full name very, very soon. Femi was a very critical part of this story. When Femi came, after all the enjoyment and celebration, he now began to tell Femi that, bro, I'm thinking of going back to Nigeria to starting something. He already had in his mind I was going to start like a small private equity firm in Lagos, and he was trying to raise, I think, $250,000. He said 1 year later, Femi called him. He said, I'm sorry. He said 3 months later, in the first week of January 2008, he said, I was in bed on a Saturday morning and my phone rang. It was Femi. Femi called him that time. Here's what Femi said. He said, I've been doing some thinking, and I and 2 other guys that I've known for a while are working on a plan to raise capital to start an investment bank in Lagos. We want the firm to be to be a diversified platform that also has principal investment units that invest in private businesses. I thought this fits quite well with the business plan you told me about at your party. Would you be interested in joining us? One thing there. If he did not tell Femi about his plans, would Femi have called him? No, I'm going somewhere now. Then he asked Femi, he said, how much are you looking at raising to start this thing? Without blinking an eye, Femi said, we're going to raise 3 billion naira. Meanwhile, he was looking for $250,000. Said they're going to raise 3 billion naira. So instantly, Femi turned his ceiling into his floor. May God bless you with friends and relationships that will turn that your big dream into your floor or your starting point. Femi stretched him. Now, the 4 partners that started Cardinal Stone are Femi Ogunjimi, Yomi Jemibewon, Mohammed Garuba, and Michael Nzewi. Those are the 4 founders of Cardinal Stone. The 4 people who founded this great company called Cardinal Stone. Now, there's something about Femi that I thought was very, very powerful in the book. Yomi said that when Femi was in the university, Femi wrote down a 30-year plan for his career. 30-year plan. And one of that plan was to return back to Nigeria to start a bank or have his own bank. Because Femi went to school in Nigeria, went to university in Nigeria, then he went to Wharton, great business school in America. Then he started working in Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, top investment firm in the world. So he had all the experience. Femi said, I'm going to return back to Nigeria in this my 30-year plan and start or buy a bank. There is something about writing down your goals. I've said this a lot in my podcast. I've said it a lot and why it is so powerful. Before I get into that, I want to thank we have a new presenting sponsor for the Paul Fo podcast now. Woo! I'm happy to announce that Seller is now the presenting sponsor of the Paul Fo podcast in this season of the Paul Fo podcast. Do you have a book inside of you? Do you have a creator business inside of you? Seller is an e-commerce platform that you can turn your ideas into products and services. Every product I sell online, I use the Seller platforms, and a lot of Africans and Nigerians and Africans in diaspora use Seller as a platform to sell their product and your service. If you want to sign up with Seller, click on the link in the show notes as you are enjoying this episode. You will thank me later. And click on that subscribe button as we continue. Femi wrote down a 30-year plan for his life and business. Meanwhile, there are some people watching me right now, listening to me right now. They don't even have a 24-hour plan for their lives. It's sad. This guy had a 30-year plan for his life. Now, there's something about writing down your goals. You see, I tell people all the time that if you write it out, you can invite it in. Oh, I don't think you heard me. I don't think you heard me, honey. I'm going to say that again. If you write the goal down, you can invite it in. It was because Femi wrote down that goal. That was why the Spirit took him from his part of America to Yomi's wedding in New York. If he didn't go for that wedding, he would not have met Yomi. If he didn't meet Yomi, there would not be a Cardinal Stone today. He wrote it down. See, whatever you are looking for is also looking for you. Whatever you are looking for is also looking for you. I am telling you, it's very, very serious. So write down your goals. That's a big lesson there that you should do. But there's something else that Yomi said that was so powerful about building your personal brand. I thought that was great. He said, I'm not trying to be preachy to you here. He said, but one thing I constantly share with young people that I mentor is that reputations matters. Doing your best matters. He said, why did Michael think about Femi? And why did Femi agree to partner with Michael? And why did Michael think about Mohammed? And why did Femi think about me? He said, it was because each of us remembered the other person from our past interactions, and each of us left an impression upon each of us. I thought that was powerful. You know, your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. You cannot be casual in this life. I told my son something today. I said, in the realm of the spirit, there's no such thing as a joke. Words have power. So are your actions. Everything you do now going forward, you are selling yourself. Position yourself very, very, very well, because you never can tell where the opportunities will come. Tell you. I mean, speaking about selling yourself and learning how to sell. All right. I put together 2 of my books, Irresistible, How to Attract Your Ideal Customers, and 15 Simple Ways to Sell Anything to Anyone, plus 2 of my past webinars, 5 hours each, 10 hours of great content about sales and marketing, plus 23 book summaries, including this one that I'm just reading right now, that I'm doing a podcast about right now. I summarize the book and its application to your business. You get all of that for less than $10. If you want that, click on the link on the show notes. If you are listening to this on Spotify, the link on the show notes if you are watching me on YouTube, or if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, and get that. A lot of people have been getting it, and somebody said to me that, you mean I got all of this value for less than $10 per full? It feels like I cheated you. I said, well, I want to give back to the community, so that is my own way of doing that. This is such a great book, I'm telling you. Such a great book. Such a great book. All right. So let's continue. All right. So everything you do, you are creating an impression. You are a personal brand. You want to take that extremely seriously. Now, the chairman of Cardinal Stone today is Fola Adeola. You can go to their website, check it out. Fola Adeola and his partner, Tayo. All right, they were the founders of Guarantee Trust Bank, the first hip, cool bank in Nigeria. They founded Guarantee Trust Bank in the 1990s. So now Fola is a big investor in big companies. He's now the chairman of Cardinal Stone. How did they meet Fola? Listen, they were writing down the names of the kind of people that they would want to be on their board. And they said, who will be our chairman? Fola Adeola's name came. You see, reputation. Reputation. When they contacted Fola Adeola, you know what Fola Adeola told them? He said, I want to meet all 4 of you in my house in London. See, flex. Big boy moves. Big boy moves. Said, I want to see all 4 of you in my house in London. He said, why? 2 reasons why. Because, I mean, if I'm going to meet you guys in Lagos, the distractions will be too much. But a man of his caliber, you know, a lot of people will be calling him, all of those things. He said, meet me in my house in London. So they called themselves, guess what? All of them bought a flight ticket and they all met in London. Yomi flew from America to London. Oh, they just moved from different parts of the world to London. But I thought about something. If they didn't have a visa or a travel document, would they have been able to make that move easily? You see, all of us must work so hard to ensure. I said this in one of our episodes. I think it's episode 228 or 227. That we must work so hard to have a travel document that enables or ensures that we can travel to anywhere in the world if we have an important meeting. Can you imagine if Fola had said to them that all of you come to my house in London, and they said to Fola, we don't have a visa? The guy would say, you want to start a bank? You don't have a visa. Oh my God. These guys have just forced you to raise your standards. Raise your standards. Get a travel. I hope you enjoy. If you're enjoying this, please click on the subscribe button. Write a comment. I'm enjoying all your comments. I'm enjoying your comments. Click on the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. I've checked my back end. A lot of you that are enjoying this, channel, you are not yet subscribed, please do me a favor. Please, come on, man. Come on. It's not too much. Just smash that subscribe button. Like, bam! If you're listening to this on Spotify, click on the subscribe button as well. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, click on the follow button, the plus sign on the Apple thing, and do that, right? You see, very, very important. You need to be in communities that pushes your mind. Think about it. The guy said, meet me in London. Immediately, all of them bought flight ticket and boom, 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 boom. That is a blessing I'm praying for all of you. Where your client will say, meet me in Dubai. You just buy a ticket and you're off. Meet me in Paris. You bought a ticket and you're off. That is a level of prosperity that you have walked into. And I pray that for each and every one that you're watching me or listening to me right now. You get that? So that's critically important. But there's something else that happened. When they came to Nigeria, they wanted to now start raising money. Remember, their target is 3 billion naira. They started this bank during the financial crisis of 2008. You remember that financial crisis of 2008? You know, there was pandemonium all over the world in the financial world. Guess what? They were going from office to office. They were having sales meeting. I call that sales meeting because they're trying to sell their idea to investors. They could only raise at least the first part of it in early 2009. The four partners were clearly in some kind of crisis. We had only managed to get only 350 million naira out of the 3 billion naira target that they had. But they didn't stop there. Even in the midst of them looking for money, something happened. A particular investor, right, gave them a check for 50 million naira. They were excited. The guy he was famous. Someone that brought the check to the office. They were happy that, hey, we have 50 million naira. But they noticed that the guy that brought in the check was not smiling. They said, like, bro, what's going on? The guy said, man, there's a catch to this check. Oh. That the guy that gave us this check says that his son must be on the board, must be one of our board of directors. If not, this thing will not fly. They thought about it deeply. They said, this will not fly. This does not align with our values. They respectfully, I'm using the word, they respectfully rejected that check. This is very important. It's like Esau and Jacob. Esau said, look, I will sell my birthright for just porridge. May you not sell your birthright because of you are in need. May you not sell your destiny because you are in a tight spot. You need to be careful. Let your values guide you and not your emotions or the urgency of what you are going through. Many people have made stupid decisions in their lives because of the urgency of where they are going, and they suffered in the long term. In the short term, if they had collected that money, they would have been in a lot of problems. All right. So eventually, in April 2009, they finally raised 500 million naira out of the 3 billion that they wanted to raise, and they started business. But let me ask you a question. If their target was to raise only 500 million, do you think they would have hit 500 million? No. The principle, they set the goal high. If you set the goal high and you work really, 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 really hard, you'll be very, very far from where you were before. Oh, I'm telling you, man. They don't set small goals. Because small goals, they don't stir the souls of men. They don't stir the souls of men. Set big goals. One of the ways I can help you set big goals, when in a community where there are big people. I want you to join my Telegram group. It's a paid community where you have founders, entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, older people who are doing big things, having big plans. Click on the link in the show notes to join that community. What happens in my WhatsApp group is that from Monday to Friday, I drop a tip, a voice note on sales, marketing, or motivation. We review a book in the month. I bring in speakers to come and speak. In fact, this Sunday, I'm doing a Zoom session, a live session for every member of my Telegram group, just to welcome them and celebrate life with them as we get ready for to close the year. All right. So the guy said something very important about self-doubt. There's something he said. He said, I won't lie to you. There were times when building what we had envisioned seemed like a distant dream. He said there were times when we truly believed we were only one hiccup or bad decision away from losing the entire business. He says sometimes we weren't even sure what inflows will emerge to put us in a position to be able to pay our staff salaries 3 months down the line. That touched me, man. That touched me because as an entrepreneur, sometimes I won't lie to you, so that I don't even know where the money is going to come from to pay staff salary. If you've never been in that stage in your journey, you will soon get there. It's just a matter of time. So when you read stories like this, it encourages you to know that, look, you are not alone. Whatever you are going through right now, you are not alone. This is the same cardinal stone, all right, that infused money into iFitness Gym. You know iFitness Gym in Nigeria, all right? By the time they ended the investment in iFitness Gym had 27,000 branches around Nigeria. Do the math. 27 branches. When they started working with iFitness had 2,300, 2,300, 2,000, I'm not too sure about that, but 2,000, either 300 or 2,800 branches. Subscribers. Subscribers, right? By the time they exited, iFitness had 27,000 subscribers. Apologies, not branches, subscribers. So this is the same company where they couldn't even pay salaries. All right. There's something he said. He said, we started iFitness. We started Cardinal Store during the downturn. In fact, when they invested in iFitness Gym, right? Immediately they invested money in iFitness Gym. A few months later, COVID-19 hit. The pandemic hit. So they said to themselves, you know what? We understand crisis management. We understand how to grow in a downturn. There's something said about downturn. He said, in a downturn, focus only on survival. Don't put money on anything that is not necessary. Focus only on survival and ensure a continuous presence and relevance in the markets. This is very, very important. When your business is going down, when things are not working the way you want them to work, the last thing you want to do is to hide. That's the time you should post more. That's the time you should put out more content. That's the time you should put yourself out there more, because people pay with attention first before they pay with money. Aye. Oh, if they're not paying attention to you, they're not going to pay money. Because even in the marketing journey, the first step is attention. Next step is conversation. Next step is purchase. Next step is retention. And next step is advocacy. If you don't get attention, nobody is going to buy anything from you. I hope you're enjoying this episode, guys. I'm enjoying the episode so much. Smash that subscribe button. If you've not gotten the books, I've got my books here. Get them. 15 Simple Ways to Sell Anything to Anyone. Irresistible, exactly how to attract your ideal customers. I'm doing a promo on them, so get it. And 2 of my webinars on sales and marketing, 5 hours each. People that attended that class, they paid over $300 for it, but you're getting it for less than $10. Less than $10. And this book that you are enjoying right now, I reviewed it, all right? And I have a PDF of it with 23 other books that I've read, so you can get them and how to apply them to your life and business. So click on the link in the show notes and get that. Let's go. All right. Now, here's another sweet part of the book that I thought was very, very beautiful. So during, I think sometime in 2010, all right, there was a new policy change in the Nigerian banking sector by Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. He was then the CBN governor, Central Bank of Nigeria governor. And that time, there was universal banking in Nigeria. Universal banking means that a bank could do insurance, a bank could do other things. So Sanusi said, no, they want banks to focus on their core strength so that they are not unfocused, as it were. So banks began to sell their assets. And one of the banks that they were working with to sell their asset was a bank called Sterling Bank. And so Sterling Bank wanted to sell their registrar business assets. They now said they really like that business. It fits well with their current business, that they would like to not work with Sterling Bank as a consultant, but as a bidder. They want to bid to buy a Sterling Bank registry. Well, that deal didn't go through. All right, that deal did not go through. It was heartbreaking because they put in a lot of work, but it didn't go through. But here's what happened. These guys are fighters. They now saw another opportunity again to acquire City Securities Registrars Limited, CSLR. And they bought that registrar in 2013. And that is what you now call Cardinal Stone Stone Registrar today. They bought it in 2013. But you may be saying, what does a registrar do? Basically, imagine your school has a list of students. They have names, class, and how many stars they've got. Now, in the financial world, a registrar does something similar, but instead of students or stars, they keep records of investors and shares. The job of a registrar, they keep records of investors and they keep records of shares. All right, they keep the list for the official record of who owns shares in a company. They update the list when things change, like when someone buys a share or sell a share. They help send out money and messages when the company pays dividends and sends meeting notes. If you have ever bought a share in a company before, any message you get about your share is a registrar that is doing that. Is not the company that is really doing. The company that you bought the share for that is doing that. So they make money from retainer fees. Yeah, that's how they make money. Now, do you know the companies that they are registrars to right now? So many. Veritasi. In fact, I've done sales training for Veritas. Veritas is a big real estate company. Let me even see if I can put out some of the list. They are Cardinal Stone registered clients are FCMB Group. Yes, that they registered to FCMB Group. That they registered to Veritasi. That they registered to Union Bank Nigeria. That they registered to Nigerian Police Microfinance Bank. And so many, if you go to their website, it's there. So many companies that they are registrars to. They even don't work with companies like Gerego. So this company is a big deal. Gerego is owned by Femi Otedela. Are you seeing the connection? I see all our episodes are connected. Now, as we wrap up the episode, there's something that Yomi said that was so powerful. He said, I have found my purpose in putting capital and expertise to work in building small African enterprises into sector champions. The work is interesting, but I know I wouldn't have been nearly as inspired doing it anywhere else in the world. This is so powerful. I want to thank Yomi for writing this book, and I also want to thank his partners. There are 4 partners. I've met all of them because I've done sales training for Cardinal Stone. To me, it was a joy and an honor to be invited by Cardinal Stone to do sales training for their company because those guys are so smart. They went to Wharton, Harvard, super brilliant guy, Goldman Sachs, Bain. You know, when some smart people call you to come and work for them, you're saying to yourself, what did they even see in me? But we give all the glory and all the honor to the Lord, to God. All right. So the founding partners again of Cardinal Stone are Femi Ogunjimi, Yomi Jemibewon, Mohammed Garuba, and Michael Nzewi. I've met all of them. This is a great company, and this story is so beautiful, and it is so powerful. Africa is great. Nigeria is great, and I'm sure you enjoy this episode like I did. Please comment, share, tell people what is going on here. We're telling African and Nigerian entrepreneurial stories to the ends of the earth. My name is Paul Fo. I am an international sales coach. My day job is sales coaching. Right? I'm an author. So you can get my newsletter as well. Join my community, my Telegram group, so you can hear my voice. You can have my number. You can have contacts. Take this to the next level. Get my books. Click on the link on the show notes and get my books less than $10 for 2 books, 2 webinars, and the transcript of all the books that I've been reviewing. God bless you. I appreciate you, and I wish you only the best in this life. I wish you success in everything that you do. Do have a great day, and let's go. Boom!